Hi, this is Pastor Jim. This morning I want to talk to you again out of Genesis. We've looked at the creation story. We've looked at Adam and Eve. We looked at Cain and Abel. I want to jump ahead quite a few hundred years and look at a man by the name of Noah and a couple of things that have happened there. And I'm again going to read out of the Message. Chapter 6 is where this is at. And it starts out, it says, God saw that human evil was out of control. People thought evil, imagined evil, evil from morning to night. God was sorry that he had made the human race in the first place. It broke his heart. And God said, I'll rid my ruined creation, make a clean sweep, people, animals, snakes, and bugs, birds, the works. I'm sorry I made them. But Noah was different. God liked what he saw in Noah. And we know that Noah was told to create the ark, and God gave him the specifics of how big it was supposed to be. And God continues on and he tells Noah, he says, I'm going to bring a flood on the earth that will destroy everything alive under heaven, total destruction. But I'm going to establish a covenant with you. You'll board the ship with your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives will come on board with you. You are also to take 2 of each living creature, a male and a female, on board the ship, to preserve their lives with you, 2 of every species, species of bird, animals, and reptile, 2 of everything, so as to preserve their lives along with yours. Also, get all the food you'll need and store it up for you and for them. And Noah did everything God commanded him to do. So, a few things in the passage when we think about Noah. The first thing is Noah was over 500 years old when he had his 3 sons. And so he's a fairly old man at this point when he's called to build an ark. And just building an ark of the size that he built it had to cause quite a stir in the community as people laughed and carried on about this big boat that was being built on land. And I'm sure he's talking about the flood that's going to come, and they're laughing at him and carrying on. And so, but Noah remained faithful to God. No matter what the society thought of him and what society was saying, he remained faithful. He built the ark. He did exactly what he was called to do. And so that's part of it, that we're supposed to remain faithful no matter what society thinks about us. That what God calls us to do, and we know for a fact that Jesus called us to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ to everyone we come in contact with. And so as we do that, we shouldn't think about what the world thinks about us, but continue to do what God has called us to do, what Jesus called us to do. A couple other things. According to the great theologians, the Irish Rovers, Noah took a green alligator, a long-necked beast, some humpty-backed camels, and a chimpanzee, some rats and cats and elephants, but he didn't bring any unicorns. No unicorns showed up. Were there unicorns before Noah? We'll never know, will we, until we get to heaven. Because there aren't any now, so that means if there were, they didn't get on the ark. Yeah, I know. It's kind of silly to think about that. But think about everything that he had to go through. And again, God's telling him you're going to bring these animals. And God sends the animals. And we're talking beasts and wild animals, things that would normally devour mankind. and Noah is providing for them. Again, remaining faithful to God, doing what he's called us to do. Even when it looks like things are going to be really tough and unable to do those. And so I encourage you today, over this weekend, to reach out to those that God's called you to reach out to. Don't worry about what society thinks. Don't worry about what they think. But reach out to them and talk to them and invite them to your service. Maybe just reach out to them and remind them how much they are loved by you, by God, by the church. And again, don't worry about being devoured, because we have an awesome God who will take care of that. And so, again, think about Noah, think about the ark, think about how old he was, and it didn't make any difference. He still carried on with what God called him to do. And I will talk to you next week. God bless. Have a great weekend.